My name is Larissa Coe. I'm going to show you how to conduct research. So the first thing you need is your research question. For this particular assignment, there are two choices for questions, and I am going to choose this first one. Is the American dream attainable or reachable? And see how it goes. So the link to online library.uen.org is right here. Password changes every year, but for 2020 the username is online and the password is school for everyone. So I'm going to head over to this website. I've already logged in, but when you're logging in you just click student, login, and then put in online and school if it's still 2020. If it's past that day, I will update these words here so that you'll know what username and password currently are. So there are some options here. It's a little overwhelming, but I'm going to show you how to use the two best ones. So we have EBSCO, we have Gale. Let's start with Gale. So in here they have some options for you, but we're looking for a specific question. So I'm going to go to Power Search right here. And I am going to start with something pretty basic. I'm just going to type in American. So we have all of this going on. 16,000 magazines, 6,000 academic journals, books, news, images, videos, and audio. I know that this probably looks small to you based on Google, but it can be a little bit intimidating to go through that, so I want to show you how to kind of narrow it down. Okay, to narrow it down, I am going to change the publication date. So let's do from 5 years ago, let's do from 2015 until 2020. Just put in today's date. And then I hit apply. Now you'll see that drastically reduced the number of entries that I got. And also it'll hopefully be more up-to-date information. Okay, let's look at this one. Is the American dream dead? That is the first one that comes up, and I really do think that it could apply to my research topic. It's from this author and from a magazine called Reason. It says, here are two stories about modern Americans' economic lives. The first story is that the American dream is dead. The cost of college is ballooning, etc. I really think that could apply, so I'm going to click into it. And then here is the text of the magazine article. It has an image from it as well. So say I read through that and I find that it is applicable. In that case, what I'm going to do is first get the link. So up here it says get link. You want to use this link as opposed to the one up here. So I'm going to hit select, or I can just select it and then copy and paste. So copy, and I'm going to come over here and paste it below my research question. That way I'll be able to get back to this source when I need it. Okay, authors. So this is the author, the source. I'll hit Control C or Command C. Just right click and copy. And then I'm going to come back here and Command or Control Shift V. It'll make the formatting the same as the box. Here, where it says cite. So there's 3 different citation styles. We're going to choose MLA. I will copy this and paste it right here. Next up is the CRAP test. This is where I'm going to decide if my source is really a valid one or not. CRAP stands for currency, relevance, authority, accuracy, purpose. So I will ask myself these questions and then give a score 1 through 10 on the questions. So the first one, was the information posted recently? If not, does it need to be current to be credible? So in my case, I think that mine does need to be current to be credible. I'm talking about the American dream right now. I'm not talking about the American dream 50 years ago. So I do think that currency is important. And in this case, it was posted very recently. So this was posted in May of 2020. That is this month for me. And so that I'm going to give a 10. It really couldn't be any more current. Okay. Next up is relevance. After reading through these questions, the one that stands out to me is this one: who is the intended audience? Just because it's a magazine article and I know that it could be more targeted towards getting entertainment value than something like an academic journal. So I will give this an 8 out of 10 for relevance. Okay, next is justification. Explain why your source got the score it did on the CRAP test and why you still believe it's a valuable source for research. Something like that. I'm covering why it got the score that it did and also why I think it's a valuable source for research. Next up, I'm going to pull 3 quotes and then notes about those. So I'm going to go back to my source here. I'm going to go to the conclusion. A lot of times conclusions have some pretty good stuff, because it's summarizing what the rest of the article is about. Okay, I like this quote right here. I'm going to copy that. I'll bring it back over here and paste it. I'm going to try to connect my quote to my research question in the notes section. So I would say the stories we tell ourselves about the problems we face have profound implications for the policy directions we take in the future. So I could say something about the attitude that people have, including negativity and fear of problems, affects government and policy decisions that may help or hinder people's ability to achieve the American dream. That is more or less what it's going to look like. Obviously, you'll fill in all of the boxes. I also want to introduce you to EBSCO Hope. So I'm going to go back to our online library.uen.org and click the back arrow because I'm in Gale right now. So EBSCO high schools, it works pretty similarly. You want to go to Explora to get all of the different resources. Now it's saying no results were found. So that's the kind of issue you may come across if you're researching. I don't want you to get discouraged. Instead, what you need to do is just try again with something slightly different. So let's go the American Dream again. And let's see if I can find peer-reviewed articles in the last 5 years. And definitely. So if you notice, all that I really had to do is change these words a bit. I said the American Dream today with these limitations, and I got 0 responses. And I changed it to just the American Dream with the same stipulations, and now I have 488 different things that I could look through. So I definitely encourage you, if you are not finding what you're looking for, just change things around until you find things that are useful. Maybe I could even do immigrants or immigration. Maybe I want to focus on immigration in the American Dream, or maybe I want to focus on income So these are the kinds of things that I could change, and as I research, I will kind of find the direction that I want to go in. And if I'm missing some gaps, like maybe I talk about the American dream for those who are born wealthy, but I also want to find an article about the American dream for those who are born poor. That will kind of guide what I want to do in here while I'm looking for resources. Okay, this one is December 2017. Looks like it's an academic journal. It's to be peer-reviewed in full text, and I think it would definitely apply. Not to mention it's an interesting title, which definitely helps. Okay, so this is an academic journal. These are different than most things that you're ever going to read. You can see the formatting looks very plain. It's kind of meant to, so that it shows information in the most clear format possible. Like I said earlier, this is going more for conveying information and research than it is for entertainment value, and that reflects in the way it appears. But you'll see a lot of times it'll have an abstract at the beginning, followed by a lot of research. The abstract is a really good place to look, as well as the conclusion. So when you're looking through to see if it's a good source, I would look there first. And sometimes you can even skim through a lot of the stuff that doesn't apply and find sections that do apply to your research. So keep that in mind as well. Okay, so when you're using EBSCO, it's similar, but the buttons are over here. So to get your link, you click this button, permalink button, and then it's going to show up here. And to get your citation, I believe it's this one. No, that's not it. Where's the citation? Oh, the citation. Okay, where it says cite right here on this little piece of paper, that's where you can get your citation from EBSCO. And then right here where it's cited. There you go. You'll just copy and paste that into your document. And yes, there you go. If you have any other questions about conducting research or doing this assignment, feel free to message your teacher through the Canvas inbox. They are willing and ready to help, I promise. So please let us know if you're having troubles. Okay, that is it. Happy researching.